was doing with other people. And so I worked in a field called neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP. I'm a master trainer in that field. And I've studied hundreds of books, and I've worked with thousands of people. And I've worked with princes, I've worked with millionaires, I've worked with famous Hollywood people. And the thing is, it always comes back to the same thing, which is that no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, no matter what I think your life should be about, you have inside you an inner knowing, an inner wisdom, an inner voice that knows exactly what it is that you really want to do and what it is that you want to make your life about. And everything that I'm going to do with you in this program is just about turning up the volume on that voice so that you can hear it, and if you choose to, you can follow it to the life of your dreams. When I first told my agent I wanted to call this Effortless Success, he said, "But I see you work. You can't call it effortless success. I mean, sure, you're successful, but, you work." And I thought about it, and I went, okay, yeah, I kind of see that, but it doesn't feel like work because I'm doing what I want to be doing anyway. In a way, I've got the path of least resistance set up so that it's taking me in the direction I want to go. And that's what these ideas do. So it won't feel like I'm only doing this because I want money, or I'm only doing this because I want to get somewhere. You're doing what you want to be doing, and that turns out to be the fastest and easiest way to get what you want to have. In order to begin anything, you've got to build the foundations first. And it's something I'll often say to my one-on-one coaching clients. They'll come in and they'll say, "Oh, I want this or I want that." And it's great. But what I know is that if there aren't certain foundational elements in place first, they're going to put in an awful lot of effort for very little reward. And the reason that that happens is because you haven't yet set up the foundations. So there are essentially four foundations, four pillars to creating an extraordinary life, a life that makes you go, wow. And the first one is knowing yourself. You have to actually have some idea of who you are and what you're about. The second is trusting yourself. And in order to trust yourself, you actually have to become trustworthy. People get caught up in this idea of fake it till you make it. Well, the problem with fake it till you make it is that's another way of saying that is lying to yourself. And the problem with lying to yourself is why would you trust somebody who was lying to you? So if you really want to trust yourself, you can't do fake it till you make it. You actually have to go, you know what? I'm scared and I want this. Do you know what? I don't think I can do this and I want to do it anyway. So it's not a pessimism. It's not I can't do this. It's just a recognition of I don't think I can do this, but that's just how I think. And when you start being really honest with yourself in that way, you actually start trusting yourself because you go, yes, that's true. I recognize that. So you've got knowing yourself, you've got trusting yourself. And then the third one is really difficult for some people to hear, but loving yourself really helps. Some people prefer to think of it as accepting yourself, acknowledging yourself, being with yourself. But the simplest way for me to think about loving yourself is being happy. There's a wonderful quote by a man named Bruce DeMarsico, who created something called the option method. And he said, to love is to be happy. And if you think about it, when you have that sense of contentment, that sense of ease, that sense of acceptance of something, that is being in love with that thing, in a state of love, in the presence of whatever it is that you're loving. And so a lot of what we're going to talk about at the very beginning of the program is how do you create that happiness for yourself? What is happiness? How does it work? Because when you come at success from a place of already being happy, instead of looking at trying to get what you want as a way of becoming happy, it's an entirely different experience. And then the fourth pillar, the fourth thing that really lets the foundations be solid and allows you to go wherever you want to go from there, is inspiring yourself, is coming alive. There's a wonderful quote. Howard Thurman was a minister, and he was this sort of link between Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King. He was part of the first United States delegation to actually study with Gandhi, and then he was actually a family friend and teacher of Martin Luther King. And when he was asked, what should I do with my life? People would come to him and say, well, what should I do with my life? And he would say, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go and do that. Because what the world needs is people who've come alive. And inspiring yourself is just taking responsibility for that for yourself and going, I don't have to wait for a teacher to inspire me. I don't have to wait for a program like this to inspire me. I can go out and I can seek out the things that I know inspire me. Or I can inspire myself. I can get excited about what it is that I want. I can let myself dream about the things I really want, not just the things I think I can have, because those don't inspire you. And when you're following that inspiration, it's the difference between getting in a boat and flowing down a river of inspiration or trying to carry the boat over your shoulder